Wow. Hi. Yeah, I'm gonna go live on in two places at the same time. We'll see how it goes. Um, YouTube channel and Substack. So YouTube because some of the people who have joined me over here on YouTube kind of know me from my old days from my natural farming, and there's been a lot that's happened. I went silent and fairly silent. I've always been pretty active on Instagram, but I'm kind of renewed and have been working pretty hard on an integrated framework called Natural Being. So I thought I'd come onto this new platform, Substack, and also re-engage some of my followers and kind of see if we can bridge the gap a little bit, if there even is a gap. A lot of the reason that I came up with a framework called Natural Being was a natural progression of me practicing natural farming. But on top of that, being a self trained alchemist, also having studied permaculture, and also applying a spiritual path to my life for about 25 years, which is very alchemical in nature. A lot of the principles that I'm learning in all areas are interrelated. And so I've kind of let the cream come to the surface, and I'm expressing it all through a framework called Natural Being, which is based in natural farming principle. Natural farming isn't just KNF, how I was taught, Korean natural farming, and Jadam. It's it also incorporates basic, if you can even use that word, indigenous wisdom paths applied to natural systems, and specifically in recognizing that our medicine truly is where we are, that everything is a little bit perfect in our world if we just have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So, as an example of what I mean very specifically to natural farming, is that while I was building soil and applying permaculture principles in my garden in Colorado, I was noticing that introducing diversity of microorganisms was bringing and attracting a lot of different kind of plants, and one of them was a wild lettuce, which I at first just assumed was a weed, and then started listening to the plant and sort of following my intuition and my natural curiosity. So I ended up looking into it and finding out that it was very useful for dreaming and for sleep, and I use it to this day, and it is helping me regulate my nervous system in ways that I wasn't able to touch through all the things that I've been through over the last year, which relocated from a place I'd been for 25 years. I'm now re-landed in a new garden from Colorado to New Mexico, having traveled through a cancer journey and a recovery, but there was the treatment, and I'm recovering from both the cancer and the treatment. So there's all that, and all the way through that, really just paying attention um, to my deepest passion and how I wanted to be received in the world and how I wanted to act in the world, how and also learning from the feedback loops from what I would normally have called a failure at some point in my life, but really it was more like a way to kind of test things out and to see what actually lives and what actually sustains through everything and what actually evolves in place and time, what creates diversity, what adds to the ecosystem. And those things just happen to be my allegiance and my alliance with natural law, with an intuitive sensing, with regulating my nervous system through plant medicines, and really paying attention to my natural innate ability to understand and hear truth, the truth of what a plant speaks, the truth of what my body speaks, the truth of relationship with one another. And um, so yeah, so this me coming on is kind of like today I'm getting prepared to do some gardening. I've landed in a new spot, a beautiful garden in Abiquiú, New Mexico, that's on a traditional acequia, which is like a ditch system that it takes water from the Chama and distributes it through fields and gardens, and then kind of returns what's not used back to the chama. It's really a gorgeous method. So I'm getting ready for that, and I'm going to apply natural farming to most of the crop, but I'm going to keep. I'm going to do side by side. So I'm going to do one smaller plot of each of the two crops I'm growing. I'm growing 6 varieties of chili, and one status. It's a flower. It's a dried flower. It's really beautiful. It's paper thin. It dries well, but you can really see it responding to its environment through its color and its structure. So um, so I'm going to be applying natural farming methods, and I want to get the seeds in the ground. So one of the things we have to do is a seed soak solution. It's a natural farming modality. I will be teaching courses. I think I'm going to build a community on Mighty Networks. So if you feel I'm growing to, yeah, thanks for asking. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. That's great. I think we should get together sometime and talk. I'm here with is it Ayana Madrone? Um self self what is it? Self-reflecting, self-identifying which of wonderful things. It sounds like there's some nice interacting that we can do. Okay, so basically those two crops and the ones that I'm going to grow with the Korean natural farming or the natural farming methodology um, is requires a seed soak solution. So this particular recipe calls for lacto-acid bacillus, which is a facultative anaerobic bacteria that can be cultured in milk. I just happen to have a really beautiful herd of goats, and so I have milk from them that's not been pasteurized. They've been grazing on the pasture here, so it's definitely indigenous to place. And then but you get it started by attracting the wild strata of lactic acid bacteria in your environment to a solution of things they love, which happens to be carbohydrates. So this is a rice wash, and you add this 1 to 10 to the milk, and then it'll separate into whey and curd. And that whey is basically your lacto-acid bacillus serum that contains a full range and diversity of your local indigenous microorganisms. It's fabulous. So, but we've always been doing it with rice, but I'm actually doing side by sides to see. I'm doing one with corn that was grown here and left on the plant over the winter, and then I'm doing another one with broom corn. So we're going to see if there's any difference in the lacto-acid serums that each one of these produces. And oh, that's amazing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're familiar with this technique. This is really great. I just love it that I can actually use the things that I'm growing and are indigenous to my area. And I also have built some soil. I've been a traveling natural farmer for a little moment. I went from a big home with a big garden to a bus pulling a trailer with goats. Fairly idealistic, thinking I could travel the nation teaching natural farming. I did get to travel a bit, and I'm really happy to be grounded in a garden and potentially my forever home here. It's nice, but it's been a journey, a heroic journey with my goats. And the whole way I was building soil in the back of the trailer utilizing a deep mulch bed. And so I'm at the end of my journey there. So I'm also going to teach that. That's going to be in the community offerings as well, and also part of my Substack. So I'm excited about that. And here, I just did an IG live because that's been my main platform too. So this is the soil. It's wet because we just percolated through a filter. And it's not soil. It's too rich for that. It could be a top dress, or it can be, oh, you did? See, Ayana says, oh my words, we lived in a van for 6 years traveling the country, crafting permaculture landscapes. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So it can be done. Oh, I got up to Wyoming. I went to a festival there and ended up staying there to work for a while because it costs to travel. Isn't it crazy? You think it's everyone's dream, but you better have money for it. And anyway, and while I was there, I found out that I had cancer. I had anal cancer. I had this huge tumor, and, like, literally, I was like, "No, I'm not gonna touch chemo or radiation." She's like, "You wanna be dead in a year?" And I was like, "No." So I came back to Colorado, and I spent, I was diagnosed, like, the day after Christmas, like, 2 Christmases ago. So I'm, what, 11 months outside of treatment right now. And so healing definitely, and but more on fire than ever to just teach what I know about this miraculous thing that is gonna allow us to regenerate the earth in a very short while if we just put our attention on it and and really become, just really steward the gardener that's inside of us, right? Whether we're gardening social systems or we're gardening relationships here on Substack or otherwise, like, you know Oh, you do? Oh, we're in Colorado. So here's the tea that was made from that soil. Ridiculous, right? And I had added once I got it out of the trailer, I let it sit over the winter and added, bokashi that is using the natural farming tech too. So biochar that I made and inoculated with, Carbondale. Nice. Nice. Where are you at? Ariana, where are you living? Yeah, we should chat on a live. I'm down for this, if you are. I think I wanna do lives on weekends and then keep my publishing time for the weekdays because 'cause I'm gonna be going into this 13 lunar cycle teaching at Tennessee. Ooh, okay, do you like Tennessee? Where are you moving? Are you gonna go mobile again? Are you still on your bus? No. What are you I have so many questions. I should probably read some of your work. You probably answer some of them. Uh, oh, I'm just learning about my particular makeup. Oh my god. Yeah, not only did my house fall apart, my ownership, fell apart, my everything fell apart, including my family or dynamics. I mean, TMI maybe, but, like, it's happening to so many people. I went into counseling as well, and I ended up getting biofeedback, which has just definitely changed my world in so many ways. It's helped me deal with my spectruminess and also ADHD severely and bipolar and all this other good crappy stuff that they diagnose you with. It doesn't really mean anything, except that it did give me a nice lens to be able to, like, understand and distance myself from what I was experiencing at the moment and be able to make choices that I hadn't been able to make before, in some ways transitioning from being a reactive person to one that is more capable of actually listening and interacting. So I've grown as a human in the last year, and what it also brought me was an odd clarity to my own brand of genius, right? I mean, like, we're all genius in a way, but, like, my own passionate, like, it gave me focus, and so I was able to start articulating this framework, really well. We will get along just fine. The body desires to be well, but it will speak loudly when we ignore it. I've learned that the hard way as well. I didn't even know what regulating the nervous system was until, recovery. Because being radiated so extremely, really messed up my nervous system. Like, I was, oh my god, neuralgia, just constantly, no sleep, like, really sensitive, more sensitive than normal. So I'm having to rewrite the book of self-care for myself. I just love that we've run into each other. I find Substack just miraculous in the way it brings people together. I mean, I don't know, these social media platforms and how they separate us all. It's fun to find a tribe. Yeah, teach and write books, yeah. So during my recovery, I ended up writing a, science fiction time travel book. It was so fun. I was, like, definitely cultivated a habit of writing. Definitely just gave myself permission to just speak without filter and without intention, really, just, like, to see what I could do, and, I really love it. I don't even know how to start working with that book, but it's a finished little gem that I have kind of tucked away in the background. Yeah, I just started on Substack recently too, and your platform was TikTok, huh? Mine was IG. I couldn't handle Facebook, just too much. Even the energy of getting on there, I'm just like, oh, I want to do something that nobody will like. Made me crazy. TikTok, I don't know. I didn't TikTok. I couldn't figure it out. Good for you. I'll look for you over there. A similar series, Cosmic Chaos. Nice. Well, it has been a pleasure having you here and actually interacting with somebody on Substack. I think that's because sometimes on IG I'll go live and I'll just be rambling on and I'll be like, God, I feel like I'm in a bubble and not really having a conversation. But somehow, even just what's going on so far with Substack energetically, it just feels healthier and more like an actual conversation you're trying to have with people. So that's been uplifting and supportive. But yeah, so I guess my call to action is, if you want to be a part of a community that's speaking about nothing but growing plants, then, well, subscribe to my Substack for sure, because I'll be making announcements through there. But also, yeah, do that, or just drop it in the DM on YouTube or whatever, and just let me know that you want to be part of the class or part of the community, and we'll see how it goes. I'm doing a basic KNF for sure. I'm going to be teaching in a different way. I'm using, and I don't know, are you familiar with this, Ayana? This concept that plants are like a female, and that the growth of a plant goes through the same cycle as a pregnant woman. Yeah, we can grow together. That's exciting. So a plant starts out, baby, then adolescent and teenage, and then there's a kind of a pre transition period where the plant is getting ready to be pregnant with fruit, and it'll do this interesting pause, and it'll need different applications at that point. And so teaching how to watch the nutrient cycle in the plants that you're growing and learn how to apply and why you're applying the applications, rather than being given a menu. Of course, there are menus, but knowing why you're applying, when you're applying, and then doing side by sides really lets you see what the effect of your actions are. And it's a joyous experience to understand that you are we as humans are gardeners of planet Eden, Earth. Getting back to the garden is learning how we are part of nature, and that she doesn't just provide for us, but she thrives by our interactions. She thrives by our attentions. That's why there's a principle in natural farming that says a gardener walks her garden every day. No, I have not studied biodynamics, but because of my alchemy and because of the natural farming and understanding the two together, it gave me a window into biodynamics, and that I'm like, oh, it's not a mystery. I understand why they're burying, manure in the horn and burying it this way or this. I want to read Rudolf Steiner, like, at the source. I want to just study before I go into anybody teaching biodynamics. I actually want to start reading his work and come at it from that direction, because I think I intuitively sense enough about why things are happening and why they're doing things the way they are, so it's not as much of a myth. And the other thing I've been studying is, have you been looking into paramagnetics at all? There's a book, Calhoun. Who is it that writes that book? Oh man, you got to know about this. Do you know about it? Oh, right. Paramagnetic Calhoun author. Oh, it was like the next level for me. even past like natural farming. In fact, when I'm doing this garden this year, I wonder if I stopped recording on YouTube. Okay, so the book is called Paramagnetism: Rediscovering Nature's Secret Force of Growth. It's authored by Philip S. Callahan, Callahan. I'll just do it right here. Let's see. I'll just I got a rubber band holding my phone in place. I'm not going to do the chat at the moment. I'll drop it. I'll update this. So I'm building this garden because I live on the other side of an ancient volcano. And I was literally raised over the top of the mountain on the other side. And I was driving to Chama and I was looking back over the mountain range and I had a eureka moment. I was like, I am living on the other side of the Via Caldera. And what I'm seeing around me, it just suddenly made sense. Like I was like, there's so much basalt, volcanic basalt, which has got a negative charge, and then quartz has a positive. So if you're built like, so I'm going to line the bed with the negatively charged basalt and then kind of build a radio tower around it so that it's just, see if we can amplify some of that growth. Because all of the materials are here for that to happen. I think I did it. I think I covered everything. So the paramagnetism is also going to be in the course and in the community that I'm building. Yes, we went into this in soil chemistry, man. Oh, really? Fascinating. I just feel like if we just shift our focus in society just a little bit, all of these things, all these latent bits of gems and jewels are just going to reemerge. Like, not only do we know things through our body, but we've also been taught some things that are pretty crucial and we just haven't been able to apply them yet, right? So, yeah, you're welcome, Mayana. It's been a real pleasure to have you here. And YouTube, amazing. I hope you guys watch. These are some of my stuff in the background. This is a FPJ I'm going to use for the seed soak that is made out of watercress, which I gathered just over there in a creek. This one's weird. This is chamisa, which is an allelopath. So it shuns other growing things, but it had such a growth spurt that I wanted to harvest it for its growth hormones. And I'm kind of going to want to do a side-by-side to see if the allelopathic qualities come through and inhibit growth, or if the growth hormones come through and support growth. I don't know the answer. Do you know the answer? Does anyone know the answer? I also harvested a little bit of willow for my initial seed soak, because some of these seeds, well, yeah, because this does support plant growth. All right, I think I did it. Talk soon. Love y'all. End stream. End.